What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to the CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful start to their week. It is Monday. Garfield don't like those. I say that often, I think. I often talking about Garfield's feelings on the day of a mon. Interesting. Peculiar, even. I'm obsessed with him, apparently. But who isn't? I think that's the real question. Who isn't obsessed with Garfield? Anyway, speaking of not Garfield, today we are back with shiny hunting in Pokemon Scarlet and... no. Black and White. That's the one. I have been spending the past, I think, year at this point. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's been a year since we started this hunt. Just gonna take a step back. Yeah, probably. That sounds right. And we're finally hitting 6k encounters. Which might be a me problem, gonna be honest. Because that is still under odds for Gen 4. A year on a Gen 4 hunt to still be under odds. I don't know, it just feels a little, a little bit underwhelming. Maybe I'll try and speed it up, maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll find... It is the thrill of the hunt, though, isn't it? You know, you gotta spend a long hunt. It's enthralling. Have you considered that? I have. Often. Anyway, I'm just gonna hop right into it. There's no need to dawdle. There's no need to hang around. There's no need to drag my feet. For it's time for the first encounter of the day. Hello, Professor Juniper. Is your rat pink? No. Grey rat. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Not me. I don't care. I don't. Honestly. I don't give a damn. Alright, I forgot the encounters do still go pretty fast on this one. Like, they didn't need to, did they? But they do. Alright. Alright then. Yeah, we'll be hitting 6k today. You're never going to forgive me for what I did 2 days ago. That's fair. I'm not going to forgive myself for a while, honestly. I was just such a fumble. It's just, again, it's one of those times when you're like, okay, here's my strategy. Here's my plan. No, I am right! I fucking am right! I needed the Figgy Berry to go off because Acrobatics would have done half the damage otherwise. Acrobatics wouldn't have killed. This whole time I've been like, oh, I didn't need the Figgy Berry gone. Yes, I fucking did. If the Figgy Berry hadn't gone, then Acrobatics would have done about 55 damage, and I might as well have just used Supersonic Sky Strike at that point. Like, at that point, Acrobatics would have done the amount of damage it would have done if I'd gone into the fight. More or less the amount of damage it would have done if I'd gone into the fight with no item at all. So I was right in healing there. If Neuven wasn't on the field. If it was Caesar, then it would have been finer. Absolutely swell. But it wasn't, it was Neuven. I wonder if there's, like, any specific mechanics for call-ins in, like, the totem fights. Like, I wonder if it's actually a coin toss, or, yeah, I wonder if it's actually a coin toss, or if it, like, is like, well, Neuven will do more damage. Will do more damage against the Howlucha. So sending in Caesar would be pointless. You know? Well, I guess it did send Jellicent in against Delmise that one time. Because Bennett would have been an arguably better option because Delmise would have beaten it. So maybe it's not. Maybe I am incorrect. It feels like it's very good at giving you the one you don't want to see, though. Like, you have to wonder with that. Because obviously, like, people are always like, oh yeah, Focus Blast always misses. Fire Blast always misses. Paralysis always procs when you don't, when you, like, need it the least. You stay paralyzed, you know? I feel like that's a pretty universal experience. But I wonder if that's because there's actual genuine statistics to back it up. Or if you're just more likely to notice. If you're just more likely to notice when that kind of thing is happening. You know? Because if you don't get hit with the paralysis, you're just going to, like, breeze through. Oh, I didn't get hit with the paralysis. That's great. That's awesome. You'd love to see it. You know? That's not going to stick in your mind as much as getting hit with the paralysis. Simple as that. Just makes me go, Cadaver. You know. Like, statistics are an interesting thing. You know. I enjoy statistics. Observing them. In that kind of way, you know? Like, I'll always remember when people... I will never forget. What's that? When Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee dropped. When Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee dropped, loads of people got into shiny hunting. Because obviously, first Pokemon game on the Switch, it was kind of available to, like, that wider adult audience. A lot of adults have been seeing people shiny hunting and stuff. And we're like, I want to go at that. This seems fun. Also, especially due to, like, underwhelming amount of post-game content in the games, shiny hunting was the main thing to do once you're done in those games, you know? There wasn't, like, a BGC scene. There wasn't, like, a battle tower. The main thing to do was shiny hunt. And loads of people got mad at, like, Cerebi, Joe Merrick, and other sources for reporting the odds as they were because they felt like they weren't getting any shinies. And just absolutely random fucking theories started coming up on how shiny hunting worked in the game. Like, I remember one of them was, like, Shiny Ram, where basically you had to capture every single Pokemon that you run into because the amount of the encounters were like, how do I put it? A treadmill. Require treadmill challenge, oh my god. Well, like a treadmill, where you, well, like, there's a set amount of Pokemon. There's a set amount of Pokemon, like, in the area, and it'll just cycle through them until one of them gets caught, in which point it'll introduce a new one to the pool. And, like, that was one of the leading theories as to why so many people were getting unlucky in shiny hunts. And I wonder if it was actually people getting unlucky, or if it was just people being impatient. Like, I wonder if there was a genuine lack of luck in early Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, or if it was just people who didn't want to waste time shiny hunting, trying to shiny hunt, which is inherently a task that wastes time. Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. Am I ready for the 5995? That is a very symmetrical shiny. Symmetrical number. I'll give you that. But Felix, unfortunately for you, I have titled the stream 6k encounters for a shiny I can't catch, which means I have to hit 6k. That's the law. So I legally cannot get the shiny before 6k encounters. I just can't do it. I'm not allowed. It's what I originally would have guessed, but it was too far, so I did 5095 first. Yeah, no, of course, of course. Obviously.
Hey,
Mango, hello, how goes it? Sorry, Felix. I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. By the way, you got your first and second rare shiny Pokemon in Pokeroad yesterday. Oh, nice, congratulations. It hot. True enough, true enough. It's been cooler today, and I've appreciated that. But I just don't like summer that much, you know? Like, winter I can be freezing my bollocks off, but I can still feel functional, you know? Like, when winter comes around, you can put the central heating on, you can, like, fire up, the fireplace. Your second rare shiny was the Gunky. Yo! You love to see it. But yeah, like, put the fireplace on, you can wrap up in blankies, you can get a hot chockey, you know, it's all great, it's all great. All lovely and awesome on a cold winter's evening. Summer, you close the curtains so it's shady in your room. You open all the windows in the house so it's a nice, like, breeze. You turn the fan on full pelt to your face, and you're still, like, dying. You still can't do shit. Like, I do not get how summer enjoyers can stand by it so much, you know? And, like, I get it. I'm not on Team Winter. I'm Spring. I love Spring. Spring, wonderful season. Absolutely brilliant, you know? It's only towards the very end of spring that things might start getting a bit too hot. We didn't have spring this year here. Gotta be honest. There was no spring. Which was a shame, given that it's a month I do enjoy. Hopefully we get it next year. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, the nuclear war hasn't begun by then. But, you know. Lizard people, cold-blooded bastards. But yeah. At least, no, we've got the worst of summer to come. I feel like summer gets hottest in August. That's always been my take, is like, August is generally one of the hotter months of the year. Late July, August time. It's only in September once it starts cooling down again. A lot of people seem to think September is autumn. Nuh-uh. 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 Alright. Yeah, no, autumn is, I believe, 21st of October. Just for those. Or is it? The fuck? I'm being lied to! I'm being fucking lied to! I Google when does autumn start first. No, it's not. Okay, I will admit, little bit wrong. It's late September. Late September's the start of autumn. I was always in a toss-up between that and October. You know, I know what I was saying. But I'm being lied to by Google right now. It's telling me it's the 1st of September. It's not. It's the 22nd or 23rd. This is a gov.uk site. This is the Met Office. That I'm being lied to by. This is unfucking-believable. September is too warm. Too warm to be autumn. The end of it, I'll take it, you know? That's fair. But... first? No. No, no, no. Not on. Not on. You want to make it the 1st of a month? Make it October. You know? You're desperate. You're that fucking desperate to make it the 1st of a month. October. Right fucking there. Unbelievable. Jello, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gone off to a good start. You'll be beyond shocked if they make the Firestarters in ZA listen. Why? It seems like one of the possible options if we get new starters. Like, if it were like Cyndaquil again, I'd see. Litten is in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I really don't think that changes anything. It's also Incineroar that's in Smash Bros. Like, I don't think just because it's, in the fighting game takes it off the table that much, right? It's not like it's got any new forms or anything. Which I'd say would be the thing that might write it off the table. Like, I think it's a very possible option. But your 4th level in Mega Man 0 4S? Hell yeah, congratulations. The people in competitive will have a nightmare? I mean, like, so far every single regional variant has had a different ability from the original. Maybe not every single, I wouldn't stand by that much. You know, no, yeah, every single one has had a different ability. If at least on the hidden ability. Like, Decidueye, hidden ability is Long Reach. Hisuian Decidueye, hidden ability is Scrappy. So, an Incineroar regional variant wouldn't have Intimidate. Did you start watching the cutscene every reset? No, I'm just talking and distracting myself. Like, Incineroar's only a threat because of Intimidate and Fake Out. Intimidate and Fake Out are Incineroar's bread and butter, you know? It's got other moves in its moveset that makes it incredibly useful, but it's Intimidate specifically that makes it such a threat, that makes everybody fucking hate it as much as they do, because Intimidate and Fake Out is a nasty combination. Alright. Then that's Mega Charizard Z or want to choke someone. Oh, we're gonna get Mega Charizard A as well, don't forget. Was that me tapping on my desk? Maybe. I feel like that seems very in character for me. I didn't even notice we'd gone over 6k, I was too busy talking. We did it! Yay! 3/4 of the way there. 3/4. So in short, intimidate and fake out is like getting stung by a hornet and rubbing salt in it, more or less, from what I understand. Now, I'm not all that knowledgeable. Why is there a car alarm going off? Someone beeped like 20 minutes ago, and now there's, I guess maybe not 20. Okay, more like 30 minutes ago, and now there's a car alarm going off. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on my street? You're bad? Mango, are you throwing bricks at cars? You'll stop soon. Are you making that noise? Perhaps. Mango. Mango. Alright. Kill pineapple if it's you. Well, the issue is if it's him, he's making the, noises, right? So he can't yell pineapple, he's too busy beeping. So everyone's favorite fruit? Cucumber. Sometimes, if I'm having a bit of an unhealthier meal, and I'm like, yeah, I should have something healthy with this, I'll cut out a nice chunk of cucumber, stick it on its end, through the middle, into quarters, into eighths, cucumber fries. Boom. It's like I'm at McDonald's, but awesome. Because it's fresher than McDonald's. Hey, yo, Brugger. I have a challenge for you on Wednesday. I have a challenge. Very intense challenge. I don't think you can beat it. Don't be a gooner for the whole stream. Cucumbers are fruits, though. Now, to be fair, like, vegetable is like a looser definition. Is cucumber... I'm pretty sure it's a fruit. Yeah, they're a fruit, because they have seeds in. That's like taking away Felix's American identity. What does that even mean? What do you think it means? It means, like, don't immediately hear me say cucumber and be like, ayo? Most of the Solaria battles, you have commented on her body. I think on 3 separate occasions you tried to tell me that Salazzle's the only Pokemon with boobies. Just to paint the picture. You've been painting everyone else this whole time. But you're right, Jello. That is like taking... Felix took away his own American identity, actually. Now that we think about it. Felix took away his own American identity. I don't know if Felix is here to defend himself. Maybe he's reinstated it. Maybe he's reaccepted his status as an American now that Joe Biden has dropped out the race. what's going on over the pond, but it feels like there's a new bit of news every fucking week. Feels like every week it's like a new thing's going on over there to do with like the election. Like, I think the only notable thing I can think of, like one of the bigger things that happened in like the UK, I think arguably the biggest, is Patterrz coming back to helm reform. That was it. Like, reform isn't like one of our premier, like, definitely not two parties of a two-party system. So, but like over there, like, one of the candidates gets shot at, another one finally, after making a prat of himself, the whole fucking race, finally puts his hands up and was like, okay, I'll go. Like, crazy shit. Like, I always find it funny, because apparently, oh Rob, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week's gotten off to a good start. We're continuing on with our Minccino shiny hunt today. We're over 6k encounters now. But yeah, like, apparently Americans often watch, like, Prime Minister Question Time and, like, other bits of British Parliament stuff. Because, just brazenly insulting other people is allowed in Parliament here. And they find it funny to watch. Can't slate that. But, like, for us, it's just the whole fucking race. Electoral race. We just stick up our feet and watch, like, a new news story, like, every hour. Like, I'm waiting with bated breath to hear what happens next. Anyway. Not bad here. Just work. How's things on your end? Also, bye-bye Biden, I guess. But yeah, things are pretty solid on this end. Had a nice chill couple of days. It's been cooling down, and I appreciate that. Did he really call it quits? Yeah. He, put out a statement on Twitter.com. Put out a statement on Twitter.com where he was like, I am no longer running. And then endorsed Kamala Harris. Who will assumably be the, Democrats' Democratic candidate for the election. But due to the fact I've not really seen many official sources talking about it yet, I'm wondering, like, I don't really know how it works over there, you know? I don't know if Biden steps down, endorses Kamala, and then it's her. Like, I know how things work here. I don't know how things work there. Like, I don't know if there's, like, some committee that needs to say, yeah, she's gonna be next. Like, that would be in the UK. But, I'm not sure if it's been officially announced yet, but we'll find out, I guess. Alright. But yeah, Biden officially dropped out. We'll see if that's good news for America in November, I guess. Anyway. Alright. So why do I finally at 6k? Like, I know this hunt has been rather inconsistent with, like, DLCs and stuff getting in the way. I do wonder, like, I think it's easy to be like, we're almost there, we're in the final stretch. We're certainly in the final stretch to odds, to like, 8,000. But are we in the final stretch of the hunt yet? I don't know. I feel like 10k. I feel like 10k is that's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, are all the new generations gonna get DLC now? I'd assume so. Seems to be that's how they're gunning at it, how they're planning it. And I don't know, I kind of would rather that. I'd rather them release, like, a complete game first time around. Because they ain't done that in a while. But like even with DLC, it costs goddamn money, you know. So does a third version. Like, if we weren't getting DLC, then odds are we'd still be getting like a third version, right? We'd be getting like a whole new game, and by a whole new game I mean the same game with like 3 changes. Potentially, like, both of the evil teams present. Maybe a new area to explore at the climax of the game. Potentially a bit of a mix-up of the gym order, or who the gym leaders are. But, like, on that, like, I'd rather that they make, like, new content. And I'm gonna be honest, Pokemon DLC is, like, proper DLC, you know? It's not like... There is some of that, I will be honest. Like, catching styles and stuff. The DLCs are pretty much just post-game stories that cost money. They are entire new areas, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna be real. They're entirely new areas. Like, I see where you're coming from. By definition, they are post-game stories. They are brand new areas developed from the, like, entire new areas. I know they're not up to some people's, like, quality, like, statuses. But, like, they are brand new zones that weren't in the base game. That is additional content that you pay more for. By definition. Like, DLC is a bit of a problem in a lot of like games, you know. I think it's, I guess I can't say confidently it's not as big of an issue as it has been in the past, but like sometimes they just lock content that should have been in the base game behind DLC. And while Pokemon does do a bit of that, we'll be honest, catching the styles, the selfie stick, I think that's a little bit weird that that's DLC exclusive. They make entire new zones for the game. That's not post-game story, that is additional content. It is post-game story in the sense it often is story that takes place after you've beaten the game, but that is additional content. If you can't afford the DLC or aren't interested in it, you don't have to buy it, and that's the other nice thing about it. But like, with the amount of scummy DLC practice that goes around, Game Freak is not a company that partakes in the scumminess of DLC all that often. I'm gonna be honest. That's my 2 cents. I actually have no complaints. I like the DLC. I like... It still costs money. I mean, that is fair. It does cost money, but, like, totally... Then why are you complaining? Because it's not free content? Like... Again, I'd rather them go through DLC than, like, a third version. DLC has another benefit for everyone of adding more Pokemon to the game. Which is free. They add more Pokemon for free. Obviously, you can't catch all the new Pokemon if you don't have the DLC. But you can transfer them in from other games. Which means more of your old friends can be in the latest game. Which is one of people's main complaints with Dexit. Was that they couldn't... I didn't shuffle the playlist? Alright. The names are kind of weird now, so I don't know what the third version would be named. I mean, I feel like Scarlet and Violet's third version would be some kind of green, right? Because Infrared, Scarlet, Ultraviolet, it's already in the name. The middle of the spectrum is green. And that's why Sylerzar is green. Because Sylerzar is the present-day form of Koraidon and Miraidon. So if there are a third version of Scarlet and Violet, obviously it wouldn't be Pokemon Green, but I feel like Mint would be straying too close to the Violet territory. Actually, I'm going the other way. I think Magenta. I think it'd be Magenta, and here's why. Basically, purples and stuff, not real. If someone knows more than me and says, like, say, no, Cahir, you're wrong, then feel free. But from what I understand, Infrared's one end of the spectrum. Ultraviolet's the other end. That's red and that's blue. Red and blue make purple, yeah? But that's not on the spectrum somewhere. That's green. Purple's like if you took both of the ends, bent it round, and then filled the rest in with your imagination. Purple isn't, like, a real color. And nor is magenta, because magenta's, like, a lighter shade of purple. I feel like a Pokemon Purple version would be a little bit too close to, what was it called? Would be a little bit too close to Violet. So I think Magenta. I think Pokemon Magenta would be the third version. So maybe the mid form would be like an alternate reality form of Sylerzar. Possibly more explicitly confirming that the time machine is more of a reality warping device. But I don't really agree with that. I think the device was always what we've been told it was on the tin. Is my blunt opinion. We were told it's a time machine. It takes Pokemon from the past, takes Pokemon from the future. They don't entirely make sense. They're paradox Pokemon. They shouldn't be here. They're paradoxes. But the fact that we meet Tara... That would be the professor of that game. No, but due to the fact that we meet, what's it called? that... Due to the fact that we meet Sada and Turo. They get shunted from the past to the present. Just to meet us from Terrapagos' influence in the Crystal Pool. I think that it's actually a time machine. We will get Pokemon Lime. That's a good one. That's a good one. If it's green, it'd be Lime. Maybe we'd get Magenta and Lime. No, I think if we were to get two versions again, it'd be like Infra Scarlet and Ultraviolet. Because they couldn't go with Infrared. But that doesn't make that much sense. Infra Scarlet. It'd have to be Infrared, but they wouldn't do Infrared. But, I mean, they're not going to have to do anything, because they're not going to make a third version. Ethan Wood, hello, how goes it? I hope that your week's got off to a good start. Today I'm shiny hunting for Minccino. At the very beginning of Pokemon Black and White. We're just talking about what Scarlet and Violet's third version would be. You are right, though. It's interesting because I'd say third versions haven't been as obvious the past two generations. Obviously, like, X and Y, Z made... No. Black and White, Grey made the most sense. Then we move on to... What was it called? Yeah, Pokemon Black and White have Pokemon Grey. Pokemon X and Y have Pokemon Z. Pokemon Sun and Moon had Pokemon Stars. But then Sword and Shield, people like joking about Gun. In Pokemon Xenoverse and a random trainer is a shiny Marowak? Oh, hell yeah. I guess that's another uncatchable shiny. I'm gonna congratulate you all the same. Okay, sure you don't... I mean, it was a bit. I was delivering a bit. But, toning it down, I wouldn't be opposed to. It's Pokemon Xenoverse, some kind of Dragon Ball fusion. It's a fan game from what I understand. I don't know why. Sometimes I act like I know less than I do. I'm like 99% sure Xenoverse is a fan game. But, okay, that name is, very misleading. To be fair, I feel like Dragon Ball probably... Yeah. Dragon Ball more took the Xenoverse name rather than Pokemon Xenoverse taking it from Dragon Ball. A Xenoverse is the primitive network of matter information which can be primarily accessed on the OmniWeb. As a collection of metaverses, Xenoverse have distinct laws. I think it's an actual thing. I think it's an actual term. And... yeah, it is. Yeah. Dang, new information. My Apollo cheese jello. Right. But yeah, yeah, Sword and Shield don't have as obvious of a third version. Like, I guess Pokemon Armor? Pokemon Crown? Actually, I could see Pokemon Crown being the third version of it. Maybe more than Pokemon Art. I guess Armor would maybe make more sense. Because you'd be building, like, a guy with that, you know? You'd have the sword, the shield, and the armor. So maybe Pokemon Armor would be the third version. Alright. When Facebook goes too far. Real. Zuckerberg is narrowing in on that singularity at an alarming rate. Right. And yeah, I think Scarlet and Violet would be like lime or magenta in terms of a third version. But obviously, maybe it'd be teal or indigo. Because in looking at the fact that Sword and Shield could feasibly have armor or crown as their third version, maybe we'd be looking at teal or indigo instead. Didn't we get teal mask? Exactly, that's what I mean. The Isle of Armor, the Crown Tundra, were the DLCs for Sword and Shield, both arguable third version names. So since Scarlet and Violet got the teal mask and indigo disc, maybe those would be the third version names. I just want to see if we get DLC for ZA. Because loads of people were expecting it for Legends Arceus. And I fully went into that direct on February 27th. Thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna get Legends Arceus DLC, obviously. The game just came out. Makes sense to announce some DLC for it, right? I mean, got what you wanted there, Jello, a free update. But I wonder if ZA will get DLC. Or if, You got the TM for Surf? Nice, nice. I always find it funny when, like, now they've made all the HMs TMs. Because so many moves become so much less viable now they're just regular TMs. Like, Rock Smash is useful. Early game. Rock Smash is a useful move early game. Because of the defense lowering. So it's only a 40 base power move, but early game that's pretty on par with what else you'll be getting around that time, you know? Rock Smash makes sense in its power because it's meant to be an early game move. Then like, I think that's the thing that I think people often disregard when talking about HM buffs and stuff. Is HMs are fundamentally most of the time introduced as good moves for the level, for like the point you're at in the game. Especially early on. I feel like that does fall apart in later gens, but especially early on, like you get Waterfall and Rock Climb last. I think the only time it's not true is like you get Waterfall in Gen 2 near the end. I still want the doggo with a hand cannon just going. So ask yourself, do I feel lucky? I feel like I should be getting this reference, but I'm not. Except Flash. Flash is generally about third gym, right? Which you could argue is when you'd want to start teaching the player to use status effects. Although Flash is lowers evasiveness, right? Like, yeah, technically useless. I guess I can't slate Flash specifically, but I feel like a lot of other moves are made to be specifically congruent with the level you're at. So you get like Rock Smash and Cut first. Those are both pretty weak, but solid enough moves for the period of time you're at. As you move on through the game, you start getting moves like, what was it called? Fly and Surf. Surf, to be fair, carries you till the end. But Fly, while it's a very good water attack. No, Fly, while it's a good flying attack, takes 2 turns to complete. You'd want to be replacing it later on, even though it's kind of necessary to have because it's fucking Fly. And then by the end you get Dive, Waterfall, and Rock Climb. And those are all, like, very high tier, very good moves. And I feel like that's what people always fail to take into account. I don't know, I'm not a HM defender. I think HMs are often implemented quite badly. I don't think HM should be mandatory. But I think the lack of HMs in games becomes obvious. Like, look at Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee or Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Base games designed around hidden moves. At their core, those games were designed around like hidden moves and stuff. And so you have to use like Rock Smash and Cut and stuff early on, but you're probably gonna ditch those. You're probably gonna get rid of those later on, you know? Which means later on when there's like a Cut Tree or Rock Smash, what's it called? Brain. I'm gonna take a drink. An Eastwood movie reference. I see. Oh, best of luck with the 7th gym then, Ethan. Oh, I'm pressing A on the wrong part. Yeah, so like later on when a Rock Smash Boulder or Cut Tree appears, you should bring that move back. You know, that's kind of the idea there, I guess. But I feel like in later gens that broke down, and they started having like Rock Smash be a mandatory move for like Victory Road, which is stupid. Rock Smash isn't a move you should be taking into Victory Road. It's weak as hell. I think Black and White handles HMs the best. And I stand by this. Strength, more or less, does the same thing over and over again. It's a way to make shortcuts. Oh wait, no, I never really explained what that meant in terms of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee breaks that. If you have all of the HMs all of the time, then they're no longer obstacles, they might as well not be there at all. If you find Cut at any point after, if you find Cut at any point, like, after you've gotten it for the first time, you're gonna have it. You have it now, you know? So, like, while in Eterna City, it becomes useful for gaining access to the Galactic Headquarters, and it means you can backtrack to Floroma easier. There are a few other Cut Trees earlier on in the game that can be useful for you. Like, any point after that, you're gonna have Cut on you. You know? If you go down Cycling Road, you're already gonna have Cut, like, you're probably gonna have Cut on one of your Pokemon anyway. But you're definitely gonna have Cut now. There's no universe in which you don't have Cut, because there's no universe in which you got the Bidoof, used Cut on the thing to get into the Galactic Headquarters, and then threw it right into the box. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna have Cut on you now, you know? There's no universe in which you walk east from Fuchsia City and you ditch the Cut Pokemon gyms ago because you didn't need it anymore, because you found a better Pokemon for the team and never got Cut back. That's not going to happen. You're going to be able to cut down the tree next to Fuchsia City and get access to that little stray area, you know? There used to be a time in carrying a Bidoof was useful, exactly. But having the tools to solve the issues means there might as well not be issues. No, having tools to universally solve issues that still keep on cropping up later in the game means you might as well not have those at all. It's not like it's a video game, it's not like it's a skill check, you know? Like, Legend of Zelda, I don't know how much Legend of Zelda does this, but let's say you get the hook shot in the dungeon you get the hook shot in. Okay, cool, that's great. Use the hook shot to complete the dungeon. and then you find like a tool that needs the hookshot later on, you have to be like, okay, let me get the hookshot out and use it. That's like a skill check to use it, you know? You have to be accurate. People love the hookshot because they think it's fun swinging around. There's no fun in pressing A on an obstacle. That's all you do with, like, HMs, is there's an obstacle and you press A on it. You need the right tool to get through. You need the right key to get through the locked door. Got stuck on so many shrines and Tears of the Kingdom because I forgot I had some abilities. Yeah, I feel like it took a while for me to realize I had Ascend. Took a while to drill that into my head. But, keyboard buff. Yeah, those sound like fighting words, Brugger. A Link to the Past did it, I think? Yeah. A Link to the Past especially, like, I mean, I don't know if it's especially, but I think I'm going to use that as an example instead now, because, like, those are tools you specifically have to time with, you know? Like, the Wind Staff, I know that's in A Link Between Worlds, I don't know if that's in the past one. You actually have to use that and shit. But, like... brain. If you give someone all the keys, any key they already have, putting that obstacle in front of them becomes pointless after that point. Which means the whole give the players all the HMs through items, or the Poketch, or the partner, basically invalidates all HMs in the future. I gave you a lightning magic medallion to unlock a dungeon. That's kind of the only thing, is you get better medallions using the same magic power that did more damage. I see. But yeah, this brings me back around to Pokemon Black and White. The games with the best HM inclusion. There is not a single mandatory HM in Pokemon Black and White. Except Cut. You use Cut to get into the Dream Yard, and then after that, you don't need any HMs to get through areas. I don't even believe you need Strength to get through Twist Mountain. I mean, you certainly don't in Winter, I guess. But I don't believe you need Strength to get through Twist Mountain, which would be, like, the only other thing I could see. Victory Road definitely doesn't have any mandatory HMs, because Victory Road uses a different gimmick instead, which is sliding down the walls. HMs then take a different purpose. Bonus content. If you remember that Strength boulder, so if you don't pick Emboar, you can beat the whole game with only your starter? Exactly. If you pick Samurott, you can get access to some more of the bonus areas, really. But, what's it called? Yeah. HMs have a different purpose. Bonus areas. You need Surf and Strength to get through Mistralton Cave to get to Cobalion. You need Surf to get to the area where you get the Larvesta Egg, before, beating the game. What are other examples? Again, Strength is often used as a backtracking thing. In caves, Teams of Pokemon, it sounds like that one Peter game. Oh, I remember people playing through that back in, like, 2015. That was funny. What was it called? Yeah, so strength becomes like this tool to backtrack, basically. Cut becomes like a minor obstacle to get through. A minor obstacle to place in your way to like get through. Guys, maybe we should not spoil the fan game, just for people who haven't played it. And who might want to go in blind. But yeah, cut becomes a small obstacle, and moves like waterfall become like ways to get to optional areas. Dives, whole purpose. What's it called? People put the word spoilers in things generally, not because people won't read the rest of the message, but because they can just censor out the word spoiler and ask sites not to show them things with the word spoiler. Like, most people don't read word by word. They're going to have started to read the rest of the sentence by the time they read. At least that's how I read. I'm pretty sure that's how people read. You don't just read things in, like, step by step. You read them all at once. What's putting the spoiler in brackets going to do when I can literally see the rest of the message? Exactly. Jelly's probably put it better than me. Again, like, people who put spoilers in a message are generally doing it on sites that, you can just say, don't show me things with the word spoiler in it. So yeah, let's keep spoilers to a minimum, lads. HM run. Continue. I think HM should come back. I mean, I guess maybe not in the current day and age. The issue is Pokemon now being open world, HMs are a lot less needed in that way. If HMs were to come back, they should be abilities. Oh wait, that's exactly what they did. I think Alola definitely paved the way for it. Alola has the same issue I have with BDSP and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where by the time... like, a Sharpedo rock that appears after Ula Ula, you're gonna have the tool to complete it, to complete the task with. There might as well not be an obstacle there at all, because you already have the thing that breaks through it. Sharpedo is better than Lapras because it's faster, it's more enjoyable to use, and I like that much about it, you know? Lapras is obviously slower, and you can fish on fishing spots with it. Let's Go is literally just a game for infants. I mean, not really. Let's Go is a game made more to try and motivate people who played Go to get back into the franchise with a familiar coat of paint. It very much does have the joint feature for younger kids to play with their parents. But, I don't know, I wouldn't slander it quite that hard. Let's Go's a cute game. I think Let's Go is slept upon. There's a move literally called Zippy Zap. There's a move in the main series called Hold Hands. What is it? Oh, there's another one as well. Patty bad, my beloved real. Crafty shield? I mean, that's like more of an actual name. But, anyway, I need to get back on my soapbox. PokeRide and Miraidon and Koraidon are HMs for, like, more open world games, you know? A Weirdeer can jump, letting you scale obstacles. Sneasler can climb mountains. Ursaluna is the dowsing machine. Bastia Legion is surf. And Braviary is like a glide feature. What's it called? And then obviously Miraidon and Koraidon get a lot of those abilities built into them as you like beat the Titans and stuff. So I think PokeRide makes sense in like more open. But it also has those trainer 1v1s after you fight Red. Oh yeah, those are like some of the hardest fights really, because they force you to use the Pokemon they use as well. Which I think is pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind them bringing Master Trainers back in some way or other, because I think they're pretty cool. And, like, if you beat the Master Trainer, then you can set it so that, like, the Pokemon Center lady will, like, refer to you as the master of that Pokemon. Which I think is pretty fun. I like how they took the Root Kahunas and kind of introduced them into Kanto. Because there were those League Associates that only fought you once you, like, beat everyone else, right? I vaguely remember that. I need to play Let's Go again at some point, but, like, the main reason I haven't played Let's Go again is because of Joy-Con drift. I really don't have to deal with Joy-Con drift, so I just haven't gone back to Let's Go yet. Look at Sabrina's team. Let me just do this encounter. Pokemon Sabrina. Alright. LGP, where is it? Here we go. What am I looking at? That's pretty solid. It's probably like... Okay, no, actually, it's more or less her exact team in Gen 1, but Jinx instead. Yeah. No, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Why is Hypno specifically what gets added in the rematch? The movesets. Brugger? They've been doing this since Gen 6. Like, Psychic and Nightshade. Psychic's all you need on an Alakazam to make it a threat, you know? Like... hate to say it, buddy. Okay, the problem Brugger is proposing is the Jinx has Psychic, Lovely Kiss, and Ice Punch. That's it. And the Alakazam has Psychic and Nightshade, and that's it. This is the thing they've been doing since Generation 6. They've been limiting down the movesets of the Pokemon teams. Yeah, they've been limiting down the movesets of the Pokemon teams, so... which, like, arguably makes it a bit easier, but... it means that there's less fluff if they don't want to give every Pokemon an entirely broken and insane moveset. Because obviously if you give, like, the Alakazam, like, Psychic, Nightshade. And then we'll, like, Growl, Teleport. Like, if you don't want to make it too hard, then it's fundamentally, like, a more difficult fight if you don't give the Pokemon fluff moves. It stops them from just bapping. Like, in Generation 1, the Alakazam has Psybeam and Psy... Oh, it has Psybeam and Psywave. But her Kadabra has Psychic. What's up with that? Like, to be fair, moves like Disable could be pretty useful, but I can see why they're doing it like that, you know? I'm not saying it's the only way to do it, but this is certainly not, like, a Let's Go exclusive event. Pokemon Ramos. Ramos' Go-Go has Grass Knot, Bulldoze, and Takedown. His Jumpluff has Grass Knot, Acrobatics, and Leech Seed. Who's the 5th gym leader? Clemont. He might not mirror what I'm saying. In fact, no. Clemont, what's it called? Clemont in X and Y, all of his Pokemon only have 3 moves. If I'm not mistaken, that's more or less the same gym number. You know? They changed the demon that killed hopes of players in Cold Blood into a fucking teddy bear? I mean, like, it's still got the reflect and shit that it's got around, you know? I think even Sabrina in her original Gen 1 form would probably be a bit easier in Let's Go, given its, like, setup as a game. Have you struggled with Sabrina in the older games like you're claiming? Other people have? Or are you just saying this from word of mouth? Alright. I almost reset on the new game screen. Alright. I didn't say I'd plan more than fuck it, we ball. Plan to fight fire with fire, Alakazam with Alakazam. So you didn't. To me, it just sounds like you don't like Let's Go and are looking for reasons to justify it. I don't really think the whole, like, gym leaders don't have full movesets is all that much of a big criticism of later games to their difficulty. Because I think, if anything, you barely didn't lose 5 year Mons. Okay, that's fair enough. Again, like, sure, it's a bit easier. I'm not gonna say that, but, like, why did you just sound like Scooby-Doo? He possessed me. But yeah, like, yeah, Let's Go are a bit easier. But to me, it just sounds like you don't like Let's Go. You've already formed your opinion, so you're just exaggerating everything you mildly dislike about it into like, mountains. Like, this is a trait in every Pokemon game since before you started playing. It's certainly a method to condense gym leader movesets down and take out the fluff. Hell, you could argue that the gym battle would be harder in its home generation because a lot of the support that Let's Go gives you is out of the way, and the Alakazam has Psychic. Like, the other moves the Alakazam has is, like, Recover in Gen 1. Yeah, the Alakazam has Psybeam, Recover, Reflect, and Psywave. You're one-shotting that fucker, I'm gonna be honest. It's an Alakazam. If it outspeeds you, you're not one-shotting it. If it outspeeds you, it's gonna be worse. I think Psychic arguably makes it harder. Arguably. Wait, fucking Mr. Mime has Confusion? Okay, I'll look at Fire Red Leaf Green, because I'm guessing that's the one you're actually talking about. Okay, yeah, Alakazam has Psychic in Fire Red and Leaf Green. It also has Calm Mind. Okay, yeah, that's a much gnarlier moveset. And you played the demo. You haven't even played the full game? Sounds like your opinion's been set in stone. Just putting that out there, mate. It sounds like you've decided what you think of this game a long time ago. Alright. Still, like, the best looking Pokemon games on the Switch, though. Like, I really wish they'd done more Auras style. Gen 6 Auras, Let's Go Pikachu Eevee style games on the Switch. Because that was a banging aesthetic, and it really, really worked well on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, easily some of the most charming games to look at. I'd be really interested to see what the general public opinion of Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee would be if they didn't have the go-catching mechanics. Still probably pretty easy because they're in a post-experience share generation. I don't know, I've been developing this theory recently that people refuse to treat Pokemon games fairly after Gen 6. I think there is some genuine criticism that you can leverage towards post-Gen 6 games. Like Gen 6 and onwards games. But it feels like X and Y didn't live up to some people's expectations, and they've just had a hate boner for the franchise ever since. Like, I'll be interested to see if Pokemon game did kick out a banging game. It was Sun and Moon. But because it was after X and Y, no one gave it the time of day. Pokemon released Legends Arceus. Some people don't like its battle style, don't like its style, and that's fair. You know, I cannot entirely slate that. Some people don't exactly like Legends Arceus' style, and that's fair. It's fundamentally a stray away from from what Pokemon's been doing for 25 years before it released. So I can't entirely slate those kind of criticisms leveraged towards Legends Arceus, but I've never got the broader ones. Like, oh, it feels like a step in the right direction, but it feels so hot. Like, I don't really get all of that. It feels like some people are just looking to pick holes in Pokemon games these days. Which is clearly a thing that happens. Because look at the Star Wars. Where people refuse to go in and treat games fairly on their own merits, rather than on their preconceived notions. And I really think that's became a thing in Pokemon once Gen 6 disappointed a lot of people, and just no one wanted to take Pokemon seriously anymore. They went into every game being like, how are they going to fuck it up this time? And when you go into a game with that kind of mindset, you're not going to like it. I hope ZA is genuinely a phenomenal game. I know a lot of people are hedging a lot of bets on it. A lot of people are really excited for ZA. But that's based on premise, you know? That's based on Pokemon doing something entirely out of left field, but no one expected. And a release date that could imply they're giving it more time in the oven. But, like, I think if ZA ends up being an actually, like, solid, nice, well-packed, well-thought-out, interesting game, that'll be when I start keeping an eye on, like, people who fucking claim to be fans and then haven't liked a game since Black and White. I mean, yeah. Because, to be fair, I feel like a lot of games... I don't think Sun and Moon and Sun and Ultra Moon... The main, like, flaw leverage with those is the amount of dialogue. But I feel like games like Black and White still have a lot of dialogue. The only difference between Black and White and Sun and Moon is, what was it called? The fact that the camera moves around during the cutscenes, so they feel more like cutscenes. Like, I never really get the whole, oh, the tutorial lasts ages in Sun and Moon. Because, like, it lasts longer in, like, games since. And even then, it lets you off the leash pretty early. To, like, the same amount of movement, more or less, as, like, any game prior. Like, you go through, you beat the trainers in the area, like any other game. It's just you get talked to while that's happening. The plot progresses as it tries to introduce you to its cast. It's a much more story-driven experience. I'll give you that, but you have to wonder how Pokemon fans cope with actual RPGs. Alright. Like, Pokemon fan... Oh, Sun and Moon, cutscenes ruined it for me. Playing, like, Xenoblade, any of them. And sitting through their first 3-hour cutscene. It wouldn't last a day. Alright. What I'm going to do is go to the toilet, get this encounter. I will be right back. Make sure to stay tuned, because I'll be back in a moment. my brain crashed there because, like, that's my original stream starting song. And, like, it made my brain crash. I was like, wait, am I starting the stream? When was I meant to when was I meant to, like, tune in? When was I meant to, what's up, Cahir Club? No. Brain dysfunctional. Brain dysfunctional. Anyway, woke up this morning, giant spot, end of my nose. That's the joys of being a VTuber, you know? I don't really think people talk about this much, partially because they don't want, like, to break immersion. Maybe they do talk about it all the fucking time, but, I don't talk about it much, that's for certain. Like, I can have a giant spot on the end of my nose and it doesn't matter, you know? I can, like, have not shaved for a couple of days. And it doesn't matter, you know? Like, if I stream with a face cam, that would matter. You'd be able to see that. Like, I wonder how much I'd, like, fuss over my physical appearance if I was a face cam streamer. Because, like, normally I'm not, like, petrified of being perceived. But, like, one of the weirdest events I watched transpire on the internet was the Dream face reveal. I don't like that guy, to be clear. I don't like that guy. I used to, like, speak nicer of him, but I think that's because some part of my brain was like, well, what if I get invited to the Dream SMP? Because I was a fucking idiot. I mean, yeah, the cheating and the speedruns, rather scummy. And that's not even mentioning the worst things he's done. Also, like, A+ in making... Like, you have to wonder how calculated his fanbase toxicity was. Like, do you think he deliberately marketed towards the people who'd, like, be more toxic in a fanbase? Because often they get talked down to. For good reason. You know? Anyway, that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is everybody, like, large swaths of the internet fucking hated that guy. Justifiably so. So when he sat down and took his mask off in front of the camera, everyone was like, he's so ugly! Because they wanted him to be. They already disliked him, so no matter what he looked like, he was going to be ugly to them. If that makes sense. Like, again, I don't fucking like that guy. But he certainly taught me that if you're going to stand in the public eye, you got to be careful, because they're, like, he waited too long. My theory is he waited too long. I think if he had his face attached to his content from an earlier stage, then the shitstorm of reaction to his face reveal wouldn't have been so bad. Because people would have been used to his face being out there for longer, you know? Like, I think if Dream started as, like, a facecam YouTuber, no one would have been calling him ugly. If that makes sense. I'm worrying what I'm saying is making it sound like I'm defending Dream, which ain't what's going on. I guess the point I'm trying to get across is... people are aware that physical appearance is quite an effective tool to bully people with. Because if you can make them really insecure about how they look, then they might bow out of the public eye. Especially, like, well, yeah, try to hide themselves more. Get out of your way. Like, and people will always leverage that. So yeah, onto the pile of why I probably won't do a face reveal. Anyway. I'm getting into the hasher training off of Demon Slayer. It's getting off to a slow start, I'll be honest. But, I'm looking forward to seeing it start to ramp up. Hope it does soon. I'll be surprised, though, because, like, I'm already at episode 4. And I guess minus spoilers. You know what? I won't say that much. I'll segue onto a different point that I feel like gets across my point well. Things I think the past Demon Slayer arcs have done well is be, like, very action-filled. There's very minimal setup before the big fight that takes up most of the season, you know? But then again, Demon Slayer has been known to take moments to kick back, relax, and kind of showcase its characters. Like, the very end of Season 1 was, like, very contemplative. And calm. In the grand scheme of things. Which I did enjoy. Like, it's one of the things I do like about Demon Slayer, because I feel like a lot of anime just kind of ignore the fact that their protagonists get kicked the shit out of all the time, and they just kind of leap into the next arc immediately after, more or less. Like, JoJo's Part 3, I think, is very guilty of that. Where the characters kick the absolute living shit out of each other, and then they're all back standing, like, less than a day later. And, like, it's not all that big of a flaw, fundamentally. Like, I wouldn't say it's something I necessarily despise in, like, action pieces, action shows, action films. Polnareff in a certain other part. And that wasn't even, like, the worst that guy'd been through. I mean, maybe it was, but... like... That's also when JoJo pivoted. I say when. JoJo's pivoted in Part 4. And decided to, like, actually give reasons that their characters were back up and at him the next day. Which, kind of respectable, I guess. But I feel like it kind of eroded the main character's movesets the next couple of parts into, like, horribly broken. Like, Part 4's a nice part I enjoy. Yo, let's go! Save corruption! You love to see save corruption or damage. That's so exciting. But yeah, like, Part 4 onwards, they actually tried to be like, well, this is why the characters are getting up and being fine the next day. It's because this guy's got a healing ability, you know? How did that even happen? I think just resetting over and over again fucks with it sometimes. Like, I don't fully know, but, certainly appears. But yeah, like, Josuke's healing stand, Giorno, then Jolene, I think, is how they did it the best. Is when they did it the best. I like Jolene's the most, where FF is in parts of the part, with the ability to, like, use the algae guys? Is it algae? I think it's algae. To help heal characters. And then Jolene can just straight up restring parts of her body as she needs to heal herself. Like, she can just make her own stitches out of her own body. That's cool, I like that. But yeah, JoJo's is, like, a very big example for me of, like, series that just does not give a shit about how much damage its characters are taking. Because even when you start factoring in the fact they have healing abilities, it's just a write-around because they don't give a shit about, like, Araki just doesn't give a shit about how much damage his characters are taking. Which is why I'm not entirely objecting to it, like, in later parts when he just ignores it. Again, goes back to just, there's no healing stand. Because, like, if he doesn't want to pay attention to it, then he doesn't want to pay attention to it. Simple as. And I'd rather he get more interesting stand abilities, you know? I feel like Dragona might end up being a bit of a healing stand kind of character, because she can drag wounds off people, more or less, with smooth operators. But I guess we'll have to see how that plays out after they start getting actually damaged. I think it would have been interesting to see a Diamond is Unbreakable or JoJolion where damage was permanent, though. Because I feel like the more laid-back nature of those parts, it could have been interesting to see characters stay injured between episodes. After a big stand fight, they're not just immediately all better and have to contend the next stand fight with said injuries. Anyway, that's where I segue onto Demon Slayer, which I think does it well. Because there is, like, weeks to months in between every fucking arc. Because all the characters end up in hospital. Because of the amount of stress they put their bodies through. Like, I like that. I enjoy that. And I enjoy that they show us the rehabilitation in that one bit at the end of Season 1. Like, they actively go out of their way to be like, look, this is the characters rehabilitating. They spend this time recuperating, regathering their strength so they can go back onto the battlefield after. And that means they don't have to repeat it over and over again, because you get the gist, you get the idea. This is what happens. This is what happens when the characters are recuperating. And it's also like during fights. I guess it's not as consistent. In One Punch Man, they go to hospital. Isn't Saitama, like, entirely unbeatable, though? Like, I feel like Saitama doesn't need to... I think I do remember parts of Generos getting, not him, the side characters, exactly. Exactly. Point standing still. Because, like, Tanjiro gets fucked up during his fights, and he has to recuperate, and I enjoy that greatly. And, like, the swords get broken, and you get to see how, like, Tanjiro's sword maker reacts to that, because he's really fucking pissed all the time. Like, I enjoyed that as well. how there are large swaths of time when Nezuko just has to hide in her box because she's still recuperating energy after the fights. Like, that's good shit. I enjoy that. I think it's an element of Demon Slayer I like a lot. And although it's not entirely consistent, when characters get injured in fights, those injuries tend to, like, stick with them. Like, there are very specific situations where, like, they kind of just ignore their injuries, I find. Like, because Tanjiro breaks his leg in one of the arcs. And, like, that becomes an issue later on because he's struggling to, like, keep up with the others. And he has to overcome that and push through it. But yeah, I just don't get why, like, people are quite so intent on being Demon Slayer detractors. Because it feels like whenever, like, Demon Slayer, like, animation comes around, people are like, man, this show's carried by its animation. And it's like, even if you want to argue the plot's bad, Demon Slayer's still kind of carried by its characters as well, you know? I feel like people hate everything that gets popular quick, like SAO. Yeah. Imagine hating... I've not seen SAO. I've seen SAO Abridged. That was good. My friend sent me on SAO Abridged, and I enjoyed that greatly. I found SAO Abridged very funny. I don't know if I still would, you know? Like, what's it called? I find my humor's changed a lot. Sometimes I watch things I found funny when I was younger, and I'm like, wow. Okay. You go, Cahir. You go, young Cahir. You enjoy what you enjoy. Same but with songs? My music taste hasn't changed as much, I don't think. But I'm not all that much of, like, a music guy. Like... what's my favorite song? Somebody that I used to know. Banging. Like, I have a very small playlist that I add to sometimes. And... the emphasis on the sometimes. And it's just, like, quite a hodgepodge of a playlist. Pop songs from the 2010s that I enjoyed in my childhood. Couple of Vocaloid songs. Couple of songs from Steven Universe I added recently. Because Love Like You kept getting stuck in my head, and I was like, I bought the soundtrack of Steven Universe. I should add Love Like You to my playlist, and I did that. And it's over, isn't it? Because those go really fucking hard. But, like... I don't really have any, like, I know a lot of people have, like, bands and stuff, artists they're specifically attached to, and will gas up till, like, the end of time. I've never really been like that. I just find songs that I like, and then... stick them on the playlist. Like... The issue is, I feel like the two times people like listen to music are when they're doing like menial tasks, or when they're like, well, yeah, people listen to music while they're doing menial tasks, whether that be like working. Fuck, I keep on using words that like are way too blanket statement-y. If I'm trying to do something, if I'm trying to like edit or write or do anything like that, if I've got music in my ears, I can't fucking do it. Gaming even, I can't fucking do it, you know? If there's someone singing words in my ears, I will not be able to focus. Like, what was it called? Listening to music while game is like hitting a black flash? Wait? But yeah, no, like, gaming music works well when gaming because it's not, like, too intrusive, you know? That's why, like, my sound, like, my playlist is full of music from video games. Because it's not intrusive, it's just in the background. And I enjoy that, and I think that's good, you know? Like, if I'm trying to focus on something, if I've got music in my ears, I can't do it. I cannot focus on it. Like, I guess some people listen to music to go to sleep as well, I think. I don't know how widely done that is. But I'm more of a podcast guy to sleep. I like listening to a good podcast to lull myself to bed. Three to four guys in their 30s. The best noise to go to sleep to. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not. I've never really considered myself much of a music person. I just slowly accumulate songs as I go on. You fall asleep to guys? When you say that, I'm not gonna guess anymore, but if it ends in a 95, can I at least get like a quarter of a point? I can't slay that. I can't slay that. You can't be a weirdo anymore, so I'll take over. No, I fall, guys. You know what? I am a music person. Only Fall Guys. Only Fall Guys music. So all you need is Fall Guys music. Maybe a couple of Splatoon songs as well, you know? That works, I think. Alright. Fall Guys music always sounded like Splatoon music to you. I think two very different genres, Felix. I can't believe you'd get them mixed up. I think Splatoon music clearly has, like, more effort to sound like a song. Like an actual, like, song. I find. Like, regular song. Like, Fall Guys music is clearly just meant to be, like, kind of backgroundy stuff. Splatoon, they're, like, clearly trying to do something. You're a kid now, you're a potato now. They kind of are. I like Fall Guys lore. I don't know if there's any actual lore to Fall Guys, but I like thinking, why the fuck are they doing that? Why do they get 100 bean people to race against each other all the time? Is it like the Olympics? Are they in hell? Is the Fall Guys world where you go when you die? Would make a banger TV show. It would. It would. That's also true, you know? Is it Total Wipeout on 24/7, you know? Pretty sure it already exists. Total Wipeout. Or like Ninja Warrior. These aren't TV shows I watch, I'm gonna be honest. Well, no, I used to watch Total Wipeout. That's a lie. I'm lying to you. I'm lying to your face. I used to love Total Wipeout. Total Wipeout went so fucking hard. I liked the big balls. Like, when someone crossed the big balls, that was an event. You know? Like, watching someone cross the big balls, like, standing ovation. They did it. They did it! I was talking about that show. Total Wipeout or Ninja Warrior? Like, watching someone bounce across those balls brings a tear to your eye, really. They did it. Faced with an unconquerable obstacle, they did it. Beautiful. Used to see Total Wipeout as a kid, which made me think about this, but never knew the name. I see, I see. Yeah, no, I love Total Wipeout. And yeah, Fall Guys, I think Fall Guys kind of does scratch the Total Wipeout itch in a way. But I still think it's hell. I think the Fall Guys universe is hell. And if you win, if the Fall Guy wins the game, they get to go to heaven. I think they feel pain. "40 sinners compete for forgiveness." I love Fall Guys. I don't think I've streamed it yet. I joined Dorsal Fin 1 on a Fall Guys stream once. Funny that the knockoff of Fall Guys became more popular so much you can't download Fall Guys anymore. What do you mean you can't download Fall Guys anymore? That's the part I'm hanging up. We're talking about Stumble Guys? I'm guessing we're talking about Stumble Guys, because that got like a SpongeBob crossover, didn't it? It's been removed from PlayStation Network. Huh. Interesting. I know they moved it from Steam to Epic Games and made it free. Fall Guys had it. I know Fall Guys also had a SpongeBob crossover, but I think Stumble Guys had a SpongeBob crossover first. Fall Guys also had a Hatsune Miku crossover. So, that's real. Still kind of bummed out that I never got the Hatsune Miku Fall Guys skin. But it'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Alright. Oh yeah, it's on Epic now, maybe that's why. Perchance. Yeah, it was a while ago, they like... I think maybe... 2022. You know, there's definitely an easy way to find out. Okay. No, that's a you off your lose stream. That's... Yeah, it was 2022. 2022 is when I played. I can tell this because I've taken a screenshot of me falling through the map, apparently. No. Yeah, Stumble Guys got a Barbie crossover when the movie came out. Yo. Yeah, I find it funny that, like, the knockoff did actually garner so much attention? Clout? You don't normally see that from ripoffs. But you love to see it, I think, maybe? I don't know. I just found it funny because, like, both Fall Guys and Among Us were, like, the big games in, like, 2020, 2021. And it always makes me chuckle, like, why were we so bean-pilled that year? What was up with the beans? Why were we so invested in the beans? What gave us, like, all that bean investment? I don't get it. Do I need to become a bean? Is that how I gain popularity in the world? Become a bean? Baked bean, Cahir? I'd just be a green baked bean. Maybe not edible. You want bean model. The meme that it's 3 AM we're out looking for beans? I think it's not the meme. It's where the meme comes from. The place in your heart and everyone's heart that made that guy go and see Cars 3 in the cinema with beans. The guy who mocked him only did so because he saw himself in the bean guy. I think that's the truth. You know, he saw himself and he got afraid. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but it's kind of left my brain now. It has disappeared. Turned to ash. In my head. Right. You have to wonder what the next, like, streamer game is gonna be. So I remember I was talking for a while about how I was, like, waiting for the next Among Us. And then that came out. That was the thing. That was Lethal Company. But yeah, you should probably make a Cahir PNG model. We'll see. It could be funny. I will dwell. I love a good bit of dwelling. Me on my way to dwell, you know. No better action than pacing around the kitchen at 3 AM thinking. This might be a fundamentally unrelatable thing I do, but I hope I strike a vibe, a note, strike a note, strike a... Yeah. Yeah. Strike a bean. Alright. I'm glad that PNG tubing has come such a way, though. You know, it feels like a more feasible option again. Because back in 2021, before I got my current computer. What do you mean you're almost 3 years old? Old computer. Sorry, sometimes I remember time passes and I don't like it. What was I saying before I realized? Yeah, no, I was a PNG tuber. And basically, to be a PNG tuber and use all the PNG stuff, you had to be connected on, like, a Discord chat, and it monitored the Discord chat. Did you just have an emotional conversation with your computer? No? What are you talking about? That would be weird. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, as the thought I was trying to squeeze out felt, no, didn't feel like that at all. You're wrong. Who has an emotional conversation with a computer? That's weird and strange. What was I saying? Yeah, no, you had to be connected to a Discord call for, like, PNG software to work, but, like, I often collabed with my friends and stuff during that time. I was on, like, Minecraft servers and stuff with other content creators, and obviously sometimes they'd be like, hey, Cahir, join Discord, and I was like, okay, cool. So, like, I leapt through hoops, man. I downloaded, like, the test, feature test version of Discord you can get. There's, like, this other version of Discord you can get where, like, you get access to, like, all the features early to test them and stuff. Music stopped. And So I had to have like 2 versions of Discord running at once. So my PNG would work, and I could still be on call with other people. I tried just using like the internet browser, discord.com, but that doesn't work. That works horribly. I tried using that, and so often did like I just become really delayed, which was bizarre. Like everything I said was all of a sudden like a 10 seconds late on everyone else's end. Like, I hate Strong Army Man, Rob, but I really would recommend just getting the like the app, Discord app. Downloading Discord. Like, it is so scuffed on browser. I know. First hand. You have? Hell yeah. Good, good, good. Glad to hear it. Now you get to hear the badongs. Assuming you didn't before. Downloaded it this morning? Nice, nice. Glad to hear it. But yeah, no. Discord, I don't know how they managed to make such a horrible functioning app on browser, but my experiences with it were my personal experiences using it were continuously poor. Maybe they have upped their game a bit, because other than like your stream lagging, Rob, it seemed to work just about well enough, but right. But yeah, that was the time I had to use 2 different Discords to stream. Don't do that anymore, and I'm glad. Alright. Yo, 6,200. Quite the way. Quite the way. Still on the lower end of full ops hunts I've done though. If it's any constellation. Felix, you lost, but don't. Felix has already given up, Jelly. Felix has already said, "Hey, can I get half points? Can I get half points if it's 95?" I'm guessing Jello means every single time you've tried to make a prediction. Just keep bet. When you put it like that. When you put it like that. 99% of gamblers quit before they win. Rob, say the line. Oh, phew, I thought I lost the question asking game. Is that still going on? You know, well, I thought I lost. I thought I lost the game. Because I did. I did lose the game. And now you all have as well. Alright. Yahoo!
Get it twisted, gamble. Please start gambling. Gambling is an investment and an investment only. You will profit, you will win. You will do all of that, you understand.
Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you see the stats of the question game? Gonna be honest. No, sorry. Just know I'm really far ahead. Sure, I guess. You're just gonna believe him? You're just gonna take his word at face value? Even if begrudgingly? But would he ever lie? Jellu. He has said so many times that I'm going to get a shiny at specific numbers, and yet I haven't. I think, out of everyone in my chat, he's probably the biggest liar. Don't you think? Right. Good to know I trust you. You know what? That'll be low-hanging fruit. My mouth is zipped. I do trust you, Bruger. No, you just freeze the screen every time it hits the number so we never see it. How many shinies you must have missed by now to prove a point? Sure thing, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Whatever you need to justify your crimes. Alright. Final stretch of the stream. Starts in like a minute. I need to figure out something I can talk about for half an hour straight. You know? Need to rack my brain on a topic that I can talk about. Next half an hour. You guys watched the latest Simpson episode? Any of you guys in chat watch the latest Simpsons episode? Anyone here Simpsons fans? At all? Yeah, me neither. I don't think I've watched The Simpsons for like a year, maybe 2. Probably longer. Never really made an effort to tune into it. Yeah. It's great. My Prime sub ran out. This says I can't use it again. You can use it again on the 22nd of July, but not right now. Mango is having an issue with his Prime sub as well. What is up with the Prime subs lately? Like, obviously, Mango's Prime sub was to someone else. Have you tried refreshing and everything? Refreshing. It's the 23rd? Someone write that down. We are one step closer to pinpointing Jelu's location. One step closer to triangulating Jelu's exact position. This is vital information in tracking down Jelu. You logged onto your PC to do it, but that didn't work either. Bizarre. I'm pretty sure that has already happened. Yeah, no it has. But we forgot. Like, we figured it out, we had plans and everything, and then we forgot about it. So we need to do it again. Sorry. Like, it was already. And they were like, alright, we just... Where's Jelly's address? Forgot it. Great. You gonna get murdered? No, don't be silly, Jello. We're not gonna murder you. We're gonna steal your walls. Do you know how many people are in my walls right now? Tens of thousands. There are so many people in my walls, it's inhumane living spaces. So, we're gonna steal your walls to extend my walls. So there's more walls in the walls, so there's more space for people to live. Which really is the most noble of goals, when you think about it. If I steal your walls, you'll start living in my home to compensate. Jello, I'm just trying to get more people, more living space. And here you are, trying to leverage and threaten me for doing a good deed. I never thought you'd stoop so low. So we both... No, it'll just be mine because I'll have stolen them. I don't have any living space, so I have to migrate. You'll still have a roof over your head. Just nothing holding it up. It'll be like floating there. Suspended in the sky. We'll leave all the pipes, so you'll still have running water. Minecraft. Do, 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 do.
Photos printed?
You let's go.
You let's go! You let's go! Counterattack, I'll be stealing my bathroom. No! Can you at least steal the downstairs one? I don't like that one much. That's my least favorite. I wouldn't miss it. That's my pitch. My idea. Is this solving the false widow problem for you? No, that one was in the upstairs bathroom. The false widow was in the shower room, which is the upstairs one. The downstairs one is like this, the downstairs bath. I don't like the downstairs bathroom. Raina's back, yo. I'll steal your spiders. Oh no, not my spiders. I need those. Oh, but I am powerless to stop you from stealing them all. Oh, what a shame. What am I gonna do without all my spiders? Oh, man. Oh, well. Fill up and whatnot. Filled that water bottle up recently? I think I did. I think I filled it up this morning. Talking about the cat, the gatto, who has come in to take a quick... You know how it is. Like, why do you even have people in your walls? Don't fucking ask me, Jelly. I don't know. But so many people are in there all the same. They're like rats. Or cockroaches. Or beetles. And I mean the band. Not like regular beetle. Regular beetles, they live outside. Except that one that was in my bathroom watching me shower. That one, that was in my bathroom. Alright. Well, she thirsty. I guess it is very warm today. Alright. Now then. Whenever I say, like, alright and now then, like, too many times in a row, like, filler words, I always remember this one time my friend was on the phone, with a friend of his, and, this was, like, in college, so, like, me and another friend were, like, basically watching him on the phone, and he said, like, a couple of filler words for, like, you know, a solid 10 seconds. So then we started encouraging him to keep going and just keep up with it. And I think we managed to get him going for about 3 minutes. Just saying nothing at all. But saying words all the same. And I admire that. I admire him for that. That was impressive. Sometimes I think it'd be funny to do a whole stream where I say just nothing. I'm realizing I've stepped into a trap here, a bear trap. My leg is currently caught in it. I don't know if someone's gonna, like, profit out of this. You know? I don't know if someone's going to, like, you know, clap back, as it were. Clap forward, clap insult, throw it shade. But, Well, that's... I was implying someone was going to say, Cahir, that's most of your streams, but I guess no one's mean enough to say that. And for that, I thank you all. Except Rob, he did clap. That's true. That's true. Can't believe you do that to me, Rob. Jelly votes do it. Okay, that's most of your streams. No! You're so mean. No. Oh, fuck. Jelly's expressed an opinion that's different from Felix's. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out. Very interested to see how this is going to play out. Excommunicated! Oh, okay, cool. This must be like... scientists when they watch like an asteroid pass by close to Earth. Like, oh, is it? No, it didn't. We're fine. You know? Like, oh my god, are we gonna get here? We're gonna get... Oh no, it's fine. I mean, you specifically invited a clap. I missed the conversation as I went to get milk. Very Rob core. Don't worry about it. You did clap. You did well, Rob. Alright. That... I can't remember. There was this one specific asteroid that was meant to pass by Earth. I think it was a couple of years ago it was meant to pass by Earth, so it's probably already happened. It's not clap yet. I've not finished the story. And if that asteroid went through a specific way past Earth, the trajectory would mean it would hit Earth in like 2030 or something. I can't remember if it went through the wrong part. I'm guessing if it did, we'd know. I feel like someone would have said something if it had gone through the wrong part. If it had gone through the specific part of space that would make it, like, crash into Earth later on. But it's fucked up that, like, that could have happened. Space is pretty vast, I think, in my opinion. You clapped yourself as you did well. You did, Rob. You did. I've clapped you too. Like, what was it called? Yeah, no, I think it's pretty easy to get existential about space, but I find it funny how many people are, like, wrong about it. About the existentialities, like... What if there's another planet that's going to collide with ours? Like, no, it's not. It's just not going to happen. What if I'm jinxing it and there's going to be a planet? That would be fucked up. I always wonder, because, like, apparently there's still actual debate going on. Like, people are generally on the consensus of, like, oh, it was the asteroid, but there are still some people who think it was the volcanoes that killed the dinosaurs. Which means there's a chance that, like, if Earth got belted by, like, an asteroid that big, humanity wouldn't all die. And that's pretty exciting, I think. You know? The idea that maybe we were wrong about what killed the dinosaurs and, like, we wouldn't die if an asteroid hit Earth. I don't know if there's any paleontologists around to, like, correct me, though, on that. I watched, like, a multiple-hour-long video on it. I love multiple-hour videos on things. They're great, really. As a paleontologist for 29 years, personal theory is they all just got old and died. That makes sense, actually. How come no one ever thought of that? I mean, no, you did think of that. That's actually... I just realised. Someone needs to add that to the Felix Wikipedia, though. From Delaware. Proud American patriot. Paleontologist for 29 years. Speaking of meteors, I saw someone point out the other today. Actually, it was today. It was a tweet. It was a tweet I saw today, and it kind of changed my worldview a little bit. And there was someone saying how it's funny, like, how many people are so, like, pro-America. Like, how many Americans are so, like, sucking Uncle Sam's cock and whatnot. And so, like, patriotic and stuff. And yet they refuse to believe in America's greatest achievement. Landing someone on the moon. They're staunch that that was fake. That didn't happen. They love America, you know. They think America is, like, the best thing since sliced bread. But, they fucking refuse. Refuse to believe that that shit happened, even though, like... Like, if you wanted to argue America's the best country in the world, I feel like the fact that they landed the first person on the moon is a pretty big, like, talking point for that, right? But no, they don't believe that happened. They don't think that happened. And I find that really funny. No, just Gen Z coded? As in, you're Gen Z coded. Oh, is that the specific times? No, Gen Z ended a while ago, didn't it? Gen Z ended in 2012? Gen Alpha's 12 years old. Gen Alpha, right now, 12 years old. That's crazy. What's up with that? They're, like, sentient and shit. I mean, I guess we already kind of know that. I just found it funny when everyone was referring to, like, Skibbity Toilet and shit. It's like, oh, that's Gen Z memes. And it's like, no, it isn't. That's Alpha. That's Gen Alpha. Thank God you're not Gen Alpha. One, you wouldn't be here. Oh, here in the stream. Okay. I got really worried about the implications for a moment then, because I thought you meant you wouldn't be alive. I thought you meant, like, you'd be dead. And I got really concerned. But then I realized you meant, like, in my live stream. Which, that's true and real. Do they know Pokemon? I mean, surely at this point they must, right? Like... What was it called? I feel like most of us here started playing Pokemon before the age of 10. I certainly did. My memes really fell off? That implies memes ever had, like, an on. Like, let's be real here. Big Chungus was 2018. That's 6 years ago. Big Chungus. Like, I think my biggest idea with... My biggest, like, fault with the idea that memes fell off is even the implication that there was ever an on point for memes. Arguably, Cat has cheeseburger. That might have been when memes were on. That shit, golden. I remember when I was like 13 years old, going onto the computers during break time and typing in funny cat images. Because I didn't really have any social media at the time. So if I wanted to see memes, I just Google imaged them. I just searched for them in Google Images. And like fucking loads of my friends just also did that, so we were just sitting at the computers typing in funny cat images. And then the teachers would go past and they're like, you're only allowed to use the computers for schoolwork. You're not allowed to use computers for whatever you want. And we were just sitting there laughing at like, can I has cheeseburger cat? Yeah, top tier Velociraptor. That's a good point. That's another one. That's another one. Maybe memes were on. Doge. You know? I'm gonna get to 26250. 6. Sorry? Come back here. Don't know what that happened. True, they were so big at monetary value. No, it fell off before that. Actually, I don't know when Dogecoin was made in comparison to Doge itself. Now that I think about it. Bit more than a second. I feel like that one boss where in the lore his fellow villagers went mad from the infection. He's the only one not infected. And you're the only one not into Gen Alpha memes. I feel like most people out of Gen Alpha aren't. I'm gonna be honest. What are you talking about? Like... You mean in your area? Oh, I see, I see. Interesting. Around the same time of the Bitcoin boom. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Alright. I keep pressing the button. I said I was going to end here, so I'm going to end here. Not end here, sorry. Everyone look at Sabrina's Fire and Leap Green team before I go to Pokidoku. Alright. Pokidoku time. Pokidoku time. We got normal, grass, final evolution, Hoenn, dual type, and flying. I'm guessing these two, or these two are going to be Breloom and Shroomish on Droomish's thing. Why is Shroomish there? Because this is made by YouTube creator Droomish, seemingly. I need to start assing Pokidoku relentlessly until they give me a creator puzzle, because begging and being annoying is definitely the way to get what you want. You know? Alright. Yeah, so we got Hoenn, normal grass, final evolution. What's a niche Hoenn grass type? I feel like Tropius isn't the answer here.
Mr. Basculin will destroy Sabrina and all enemies of the Basculegion. Never forget he will one day reveal his true wrath.
Real! This is becoming a cult, I think, which you'll love to see. Tropius also goes there, actually. But so does... Rowlet. And Dartrix. Rowlet, Dartrix, Tropius. I feel like there have got to be... Oh yeah, Hoppip. Skip Plume, Jumpluff. I'm going to put Hoppip, I think. No, I'm putting Dartrix. I don't know why. I don't know why my gut's telling me Dartrix, but my gut's telling me Dartrix. I should have put Hoppip. Normal flying is like most of the birds. So I feel like putting something like Rufflet's going to be a better idea. But not Rufflet specifically. Rufflet specifically isn't a better idea. I feel like Fearo's a bit too early. I think Fletchhinder's already fire type. Yeah, Rufflet and Braviary are the only ones that come to mind. No, I can do this one now. Mega Pidgeot. But loads of people are going to think a Pidgeot is the issue. That's like the dilemma there. This Mega Pidgeot seems like a good idea, but loads of people are going to think a Pidgeot. Grass dual type is Gorgeist. .4. Oh, I'm so stupid. I am, because I've forgotten its name again. The bird from Paldea. And not Watchel. Don't tell me the name. I'll remember it. Fucking guy that I hate. I don't think it's like a parrot. Type in power. Yeah, that's a great idea, kid. I don't know what I was expecting there. Is it a T? Normally I can remember it, like, decently quickly. This time I'm struggling. I don't know, I thought typing in T was going to come on up. I'm going to loop back to that one, I think. Grass types from Hoenn. Trico, Grovyle, Sceptile, Mega Sceptile, Seedot, Nuzleaf, Shiftry, Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo, Shroomish, Breloom, Tropius. There's no Cast form. That's a grass type. Let's go with... Seedot seems like it'd be a very high ranking option. No, I think people are going to think of Roselia because they're going to remember Roselia and then they're going to think it's a bait and switch answer, and then too many people are going to put it. I'm going to put Shiftry. Low, but high. I keep thinking like Trumby, Grookey D, but I cannot remember the name of that fucking bird. And it's like a up, I think. Okay, Final Evolution, Hoenn, dual type flying. Final Evolution flying to be like Masquerain. Don't think I'm going to put Masquerain because it's on the Hoenn side, though. Final evolutions from Hoenn. Obviously, Masquerain, I just said it. Aggron, not Roselia. Then we got... What gen? It's the Gen 9 bird that does the taxi. Don't tell me its name, though. I want to think of it on my own. I've forgotten it, and that's my fault. Hoenn Final Evolution. Lanoon as well, I guess. Then... Yeah, Ludicolo, Shiftry. Already put Shiftry. Breloom. I'm putting Ninjask. I love Ninjask. 0.9. Final Evolution Dual Type. Let's go like Gen 5 or 6 for this one, I think. It means the ones that have multiple colours. Indeed, indeed. Squawkabilly! Yellow. 1.5! One of them got, like, under 1, and I'm so pissed. I'm sure of it. I don't know how I remembered Squawkabilly then and there, but I'm proud of myself for finally getting it. By the way, what'd you get? If you don't, thank you. A sincere thank you. Didn't doubt for a second it was that one. Did you doubt for a second it was that one? Alright, maybe I should go with, like, Gen 8 instead. Gen 8 Final Evolutions, like Frostmoth. As in, that's the guy you couldn't remember the name of. I did describe him a decent amount. Galadomanatanzen. Hey! Okay, Final Evolution Flying. Ninjask would have been a good one for this category as well. Jumpluff, but I'm not going to put Jumpluff. Obviously, like Pokemon like Staraptor and Pheasant, Hisui Bravery. I feel like a Bugmon's going to be a good idea. Vivian, Beautifly, Vespiquen? .8. Shit. Dual type normal. Everyone's gonna think of like Drampa. I think they're just a regular normal type, so I'm gonna want to put down here. What does regular normal type mean in this case? It's like Apom and Ambipom aren't dual types. Alone and Rattata, Alo, no, the Galarian Lanoon. Hisui Zorok and Hisui Zora. B-Barrel. Igglybuff, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Raw Normal Fairy type. Bless you too. It's a play of Rockabilly. I see. No, it is, isn't it? Bless you too, Brugger. I don't know, I think Ursaluna's going to start racking up points. I think Ursaluna's going to be in the point where it's like starting to be much higher point-wise. I'm going to put a different Squawkabilly. Genius. Thank me later. Alright, Hum in normal type. Spinder, Kecleon, Lanoon, Zigzagoon. Cast form? But only one of the cast form forms, so I'm not sure if cast form's a good form. Tailo and Swallow. Then... There's no normal type trainer in Hoenn, which isn't great for me, like, compartmentalizing. No, there is. It's Norman. Slack off, Vigoroth, Slacking. That's literally all the Pokemon he uses. Fuck. I forgot about the in-game player's father. That's kind of funny. But I don't think people are going to forget Slack off, right? Alright, the Whismur line tends to get really low. I'm going to put Whismur. 4.2. Fuck. Exploud was the least common. I should have put Exploud. Whismur was still pretty low, to be fair. Basculegion. I should have put Basculegion in the category. I could have put Basculegion. Motion was 15. I got 21. I was only 6 above. I think that was in a key few bits of fumbleage, like there. Oh, Squawkabilly regular was the lowest. I did pretty well there. Rowlet was the lowest here. Dartrix was 3% above it. So yeah, I actually only fumbled in a key couple of places. Xatu was the lowest final type flying evolution. Vespercrum was like towards the middle-ish? Yeah, towards the middle of the pack. Noivern, Yon Mega, of course. Mothim, Ledian got really low. Interesting. Ninjask got really low there. We got really low here as well, so... I love Ninjask. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end for the day. But firstly, I do thank you all for stopping by for today's stream. Thank you all for hopping in. I hope that you've all had a great time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday for the Ultra Necrozma fight in Pokemon Ultra Moon, or Pokemon Ultra Moon Egglock. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a great rest of your week. And I will see you Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.